Órale, Cholo Truck, los tres chingones boxing. Shouts to all the chingones y chingonas. Sorry, man. I'm just rushed in from work, barely made it. Lot to talk about here. What's going on to Órale, Mile High Hustle, Conrad? You know what? I do want to talk about Conrad in just a second. What's up to Anthony Bravo, JC, Puerto Rican Rum, Dimitro? What's going on to everybody, man? All right, let's go ahead and let's bring in our gran chingon, el mero mero one, Mr. Derek Contreras.
Hey, Cholo, what's going on, man? Hey, we got a lot to talk about today, man. Can't wait. Let's get started.
Yeah, I don't think Mikey's gonna be joining us. He's actually vacationing in Colombia. I did send him the link, but I think he's having too much of a good time, man. You know what it is, David? You know what it is with Mikey?
Hmm.
He's
Where he's
celebrating the
that? Yeah, I believe he went to what's that?
he went to Colombia.
Yes, he did. I think he went to Medellin this time. I think
Okay.
because last time he went to another part, and I think this time he went to Medellin. I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah, but
looking
you
for a
know,
wife. But you know what? Colombian women are beautiful, so he's in the right place. I think you need to go over there, Cholo, when you're ready. Las mujeres
yeah,
están muy bonitas de Colombia.
I bet they are. I bet they are. I do want to go to Colombia, but I'm not looking for a wife. I'm not looking for a wife. But Mikey's over there celebrating the
Oh,
fact
okay.
that
Yeah.
he's over there celebrating the fact that he was right and I was wrong about Sebastian Fundora. So that's
Yes, he
that's what's
was.
going on. Yeah, yeah. But before we get started, want to go ahead and bring up Mile High Hustle right here, just real quick. He had his
What's up,
professional
brother?
debut. He had his professional debut last Friday. I watched it, and he won. He won. I don't know what boxing league it is. Maybe I should have him come on here to explain a little bit more about it. I think it's like boxing for like elderly people or older people or something like that. But I watched it. It was a 3 round fight, and he won, man. He took it to him. So shout outs to Conrad. Shout outs to the Box State, man. You guys out there eating that bison meat, Holmes.
Yeah,
And
congratulations, man.
yeah, David, where
He's
you
the
at,
one.
man?
He's the one that fought Boxer, right?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah. Oh
yes.
man, dude, he killed Boxer. He killed Boxer. Matter of fact, Boxer should change his name. Balhai did really bad. Balhai did excellent. Congratulations to him for fighting professional. I could see that without a doubt.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. He fought in Pro Am. It was his debut Pro Am. So it's some boxing league. I'm not really sure. I don't really know much about it. Like I said, I'll probably get him on here so he could talk to us a little bit more about it one day. But yeah, he's Colombia. He's traveling, bring back certain. He's out there looking for a hyena, man. So but man, hey, also I just wanna. Well, we'll wrap it up with that afterwards. But man, David, let's get into it, man. We had a lot of fights. I know you're waiting for this weekend because it is the return of Clarissa Shields. You're so excited for it, David. I
I
know you're.
was hoping you were. I was hoping you were going to mention her name.
David, where you at, man? It doesn't look like you're home, brother.
You know what? This week, my daughter and her husband and my grandchildren took up to the Bahamas for a week. They live over here in a place called Haines City, which is 20 miles south of Orlando, and they have two huge dogs, a German Shepherd, and the other one is like a Labrador mix. And I stayed here for the whole week, man, babysitting the dogs.
Eso. All right, man.
I'm
Nice,
in my
nice
my my
babysitter.
son, my son-in-law's. He has an office, a back room office, so I'm in his office right now.
Orale. They should make a movie about you being a dog sitter, Holmes. Nice
Exactly,
little.
man.
All right, so there is fights this coming week or tomorrow, this weekend. But let's go ahead, David, and let's get into some of the fights that happened over the weekend. Um, Hey, Gary Russell Jr. came back. I don't know if you got to see his fight. He looked good, man.
He did. He looked good. Yes, he did.
What was your thoughts on Gary Russell Jr.? I'm not even really sure when he came back, and I'm not sure when's the last time he fought. It seems like it's been a few years since the last time he fought. His brother Antoine Russell has fought, but Gary Russell Jr. himself, I want to say it's been about 2, 3 years maybe since I heard his name.
Yes, it's been 3 years and he came back. And during this time, his brother died and his father died. So he's now raising his brothers. So they're older now. And he's also raising his brother's children. And I believe it was 3, 4 years ago, 3.5, 4 years ago. And I'm telling you, man, you know what? He looked great. He could have knocked that guy out, I believe, in the second round. But you know what? He took it all the way, I believe, to the eighth round. I think it was eighth or tenth round because he needed that practice. I'll tell you, he looked great. Now he's you know what? He's going to be a force to reckon with at 140. I like him. I'm glad that he's back. He looks good.
Okay, okay. Hey, David, I don't know if you could get better reception because you do cut out a little bit here and there.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? For whatever reason
Yeah.
over here,
Okay.
but
All
I'm
right.
glad. I'm
Yeah.
glad that he's back. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, Gary Russell Jr. Look, I was a fan of his. And what turned me off about him is that he was one of the first ones to only start fighting once a year. Like that was his shtick. Everybody knew it, even though he was being interviewed after the fight years ago. They would say like, "Hey, when you coming back?" Because he was one of the first guys that only started fighting once a year, and I'm like, man, dog, I like watching this guy fight. I'm a fan of his, but yeah, he was
Me
only
too.
fighting once a year, and I just kind of, I just kind of fell off, and it's like, all right, and then he just kind of like faded off. I didn't know if he retired or not. I just assumed he retired. But damn, that dude, he looks sharp, man. He looks sharp.
He
Hopefully
did.
he's back and starts making some pretty good fights, man, because he looked good. Hey, David, Pitbull Cruz. Talk to me about what was your thoughts on seeing Pitbull Cruz in there?
You know, the kid that he fought was overmatched. Pitbull Cruz, I'm surprised, let him go the 10 rounds. It was supposed to be a 12 rounder. The kid was signed up to fight an 8 rounder, so I guess they met not even halfway, but they met at 10 rounds. Um, it's typical Pitbull Cruz. I think he could have taken him out early. I don't know why he didn't. The kid was overmatched. The kid never hurt Pitbull. Uh, it was the same Pitbull, nothing new. You know what I mean? Nothing new. Same Pitbull. Looked good, but against an opponent that was not going to give him a hard fight at all.
Have you ever seen Pitbull hurt?
Yes, when he fought, when he fought Rayo hurt him once, but before that, who did he fight? I saw him hurt once, but not shaken or not. He was never. I don't think I've ever seen him knocked down. But when he fought Rayo, I mean, Rayo gave him a good fight.
Yeah, no, I've seen him in good fights. I just one thing about Pitbull when I was watching that fight and that I realized, I'm like, this dude has a killer poker face.
He
I
does.
don't know. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know when he's not hurt. I'm not sure when he's frustrated. He has a poker face where it's like, does he ever get hurt? It's just I don't see him squinting. I don't see him. I've seen him take some pretty good shots, but I've never seen him be like, oh damn, or wobbled. I'm like, this guy's got a really good poker face. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I learned about this fight when it comes to Pitbull. He just kind of seemed just Pitbull, man. I don't think Pitbull is going to get any better. I don't think he's going to get any worse, at least not at the moment. Eventually, he'll start declining. But I think Pitbull has reached his peak, and what we see from Pitbull now, I think that's it, David. I think that this is the peak for him. Whomever he could beat with the style that he has right now, that's who he could beat. But I don't see Pitbull making really adjustments. I just think he is who he is, and I don't see a problem with it. It's fun to watching him fight, but I don't think he could get any better, David.
You know what? Now that he's at 140, I'd like to see him fight Matias next. And he actually, I believe he challenged Matias, or they've been talking about it. That'd be a good fight for Pitbull, because Matias, he goes in, he's a lot bigger and probably stronger than Pitbull. But you know what, Pitbull, the name fits him perfectly, man. He's literally a Pitbull, and you're absolutely right. He has a good poker face, and I don't think anybody's ever really heard him. So I think Matias, that'd be a really good fight.
Yeah, I like him and I like watching him fight, but I think the expectation for him of becoming a great, I think that's gone. I
Oh
just think
no,
it's just
he'll never be
I think
great.
it's just
No.
fun fight. Hey, I'll ask you this before we move on, David. Do you like him at 140? He's a short dude. Está bien chaparro. He's a
Yeah,
really short dude.
I'd rather see him at 135, but I don't see anybody stepping up to fight him at 135. I think they're all afraid of him. And you know what?
Okay.
I've always said boxers aren't afraid of boxers, but I think he brings fear at 135. I don't see him fighting anybody. I don't see Murataya fighting him. I don't. Maybe Andy Cruz. I don't see Shakur Stevenson.
Oh,
Not because they're afraid of him. I didn't mean it. Well, I'm going to retract that. I think that he's a hard person because of his height. I think at 140, everybody will step up to fight him, and I think that's where we're going to see the best Pit Crews. But I do not see him being great, and I don't see him being a champion either. Maybe one belt, but unite the belts, no. But he will give us a lot of action.
hey, listen, one guy I got my eye on, man, and he's becoming more and more one of my favorite fighters is the Cubano Andy Cruz, man. I'm really liking
Yeah,
that guy.
he's
At
good.
135, should he move up to 140? I'm really
No,
liking uh
135. Let him stay there.
yeah, I'm really liking Andy Cruz. Hey, let's jump to the zone card, man, and let's talk about Diego Pacheco in there against Trevor McCumbee. Pacheco, he's always the taller guy. McCumbee, he was still taller than McCumbee. What did you like from that? Were you impressed with Pacheco on this one?
Dude, that was a boring. You know what? Pacheco is not an exciting fighter. He's not a David
Mm,
Benavides. You know what I mean? And I saw right now with Anthony. I agree with you. I can't wait for that fight. He's not even an Anthony Yard. You know what? He's a boring fighter, Cholo. And I know Mikey a lot talks about his style and so forth. Dude, he was putting me to sleep. That was a very. Tell me one great fight that he's had. You know what? I think that Pacheco needs to change trainers. I think, I no disrespect to Jose Benavides, but I think Jose Benavides is good with his son because he's had him since they were the same size, him and
mm.
David. You know what I mean? Since he was 10 years old, 9 years old. But he is not a great trainer for Pacheco. Pacheco needs to go to Manny Robles. Pacheco needs to go, you know where he would be fit just right? With Joel Diaz. He needs to
Yeah.
leave. You know what? It was a boring fight, and the majority of his fights are boring. You know what? We talk a lot about him. Oh, yeah, because he hasn't lost. You know what I mean? There's been a couple of times that he's been rocked, but if he's going to be great, he needs to change. He needs to change trainers.
Hey, Anthony, I think I don't remember his first name, but I think it's that Moreno dude, right? I think he only got like 8 fights or something. That dude is badass, man. I only seen one of his fights though. JC's saying Pacheco's cooked because he's dating Peso's sister. Okay, look, his style. Okay, I'm with you about that fight. That fight was not that good. But I have
Boring.
seen okay, but I have seen okay when I went to his fight in Carson when he fought Selecki, I thought that was a pretty entertaining fight. Now it could have been just the atmosphere. That atmosphere in Carson is top notch, man. If you're a sissy, if you're a punk, if you're a wussy, do not go there because that atmosphere is super duper rough around the edges and it will eat you up and spit you out, man. Um, but the atmosphere was great, and maybe that was it. But I thought it was a pretty good fight, and he stopped them. He does get stoppages. I will say that, David. He didn't get a stoppage here,
No,
but he does get stoppages.
I didn't think he stopped him. I think it went all 12 rounds, didn't it? All 10 rounds? He
No, no,
won
no.
by unanimous decision.
Yes, yes, yes. No, I'm talking about he when he fought Selecki. The last
Oh,
time I
okay. So,
saw him in
lucky. Yeah.
person,
Yeah.
he does get stoppages. Yes, no, he didn't get a stoppage here, but he does get stoppages. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's that boring, but am I gonna put him in the category about, hey man, this is a fighter to watch. He's really exciting. No, I'm not gonna put him in that category either. Um, Definitely, I remember Eddie Hearn saying that, hey, this is a guy that should get in there with Canelo. I don't honestly, man. I think Canelo kills this kid, man. I think he kills this kid. The fight of Pacheco, now that they're kind of flirting around with it, with Pacheco versus the guy that just beat Berlanga, Hamza Shiraz.
Oh, Shiraz
Uh,
will beat him. I can't wait for that fight. That would be a good fight because Shiraz is going to go after him. That would be a good fight. That's going to show us who Pacheco is, and I have a feeling Pacheco will lose that one because I agree with you, Dimitro. Dimitri, you know what? A good right hook will take him out. He's been hit before with that hook.
you think Shiraz just takes it to him?
Yeah, I think Shiraz will take it to him. I don't think he'll knock him out like a third, fourth round. I think he'll beat him unanimous decision. You know what? Pacheco, unless he changes trainers. He has to change trainers. It's the same movement, same. I mean, he hasn't improved. He had. I mean,
Mm.
tell me that he's improved. He hasn't improved.
Mm.
I want to see him fight
If,
McBilly.
if Yeah, okay. If Pacheco has improved, it's so minimal to the point where you need a magnifying glass to find it. So if he has improved, it's very very minuscule. So okay, I'm with you. I'm with you right there, David. I don't. Yeah, I don't think so, man. Maybe not. Sounds got that's not against
I
Florida.
need to. I think he
What's
needs
up,
to
pizza?
come back to Southern California. You know, either with Robert
Okay.
Garcia. I like Robert Garcia for him. I love Joel Diaz. I even like Manny Robles for him. I think that he
Mm,
would be fit perfect with Manny Robles' style. And we're going to see, we're going to talk about Manny Robles right now. We talk about El Gato, what's his name, Garcia for tomorrow. Manny
yeah.
Robles, I'm telling you, I like him. Not only as a person, but as a coach.
Bam Rodriguez in that main event gets a stoppage against Fumalelu Kafu. That went in there with like pink hair or something like that. And
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about this guy. I thought he did pretty good. I thought he was doing okay against Bam Rodriguez. I'm like, okay, this guy is saying what everyone was saying he was. He gave him a pretty decent fight, but David, I don't know, man. I think it's just time to throw in the towel on Bam Rodriguez and just say, like, look, I don't know who can give this guy a competition, man. Bam Rodriguez is just like levels above everybody.
Cholo, this guy was good. He, as a matter
Yeah,
of fact, all week long, I had heard through the grapevine that Robert, Pita, Chepe, everybody was worried about this guy. This guy was very good. But you know
right.
what? Bam is just another level above him. But I'm going to tell you, his next fight, he's going to be challenged on his next fight. And then when he goes up one more level against Junto, dude, there we're going to have to see if Bam's the real deal at 118 against Junto Nakatani. Then that right there. But this next fight, dude, he's going to be challenged. This guy gave him a challenge. It wasn't an easy fight for him. It was not an
No,
easy fight. This guy,
no,
it just shows Bam's at a different level, you know?
yeah, no, it wasn't an easy fight. That's why I give credit to Kafu. What I'm saying is that eventually Bam was able to figure him out, and he stopped him. He stopped
Yes,
him,
he
and I'm
did.
like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you know, unless I'm kind of at a point with Bam Rodriguez where it's like, even if you're not comfortable at 118, moving up, I still like want him to move up because I just I don't see anybody beating him, David. I don't see anybody giving him. If anybody's gonna give him a good challenge, it was kind of like what we saw over the weekend. Yeah, you could give him a decent challenge, but eventually he's gonna figure you out and he's gonna stop you. And it's like, man, I don't who's around right there at where he's at to that's going to be a good matchup.
Well, next one, like I said, I think it's going to be just a little bit higher, and I think it's going to be a good fight. I don't see Bam staying for another 2 more years, Cholo. Everybody's saying, oh, he's going to fight Naui. I don't see that. You know what? Look at his brother. I mean, patterns of behavior. I always talk about that. His brother quit overnight. You know what I mean?
Mm,
The professor. And you know what? Bam, I think as soon as he's done, he's done. I think he's going to be a Robert Garcia. At the age of 27, 28, he's going to call it quits. And what is he, 26 now? So I say maybe another year. I don't see Bam staying like Gallito, like Chocolatito at 35, 30. I don't see him doing that. I see Bam 2 more years, the most. I don't even see him 118 maybe. Pero no, I don't see him. He's one of those fighters that the guy is going to be a legend for those 5 years that he gave us. Oh,
he's
he's
under
under
25.
25. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What I'm saying is, I just, unless he fights Nakatani, moves up and fights him, I don't.
And you
I
know
mean, I
what,
don't.
Polo? I don't know if he's going to win that one, man. Nakatani, Junto Nakatani. I'm telling you, plus he's a lot taller than him.
Mm,
Junto, me personally, I don't want to see him because I don't think he'll beat him. I don't think he'll beat Junto
okay.
Nakatani. You know what I mean? I think Junto
Yeah.
Nakatani can beat right now, but he will in the next year or so. He'll beat Inoue without a doubt. Junto
And
Nakatani is a real deal.
and that is Bam moving up in weight so
Yeah.
that fight can happen. Because what I'm saying is where he's at right now with 115. There's ain't nobody gonna touch this kid, man. This kid is such a complete fighter. This kid's got so many angles, his footwork, everything, his speed, his combinations, his ring generalship, his pressure. I mean, I don't think anybody can compete with this kid. But if he moves up to fight Nakatani, now we're talking like, okay, but that's now him having to move up in weight and fighting one of the best right there. I still
Oh,
got Bam
he's
Rodriguez. I got Bam Rodriguez. If he fights Nakatani, I got Bam,
Do
man.
you? Do you really? I'll
Yeah,
tell you,
yeah.
I don't, man. You know what? Nakatani's taller. He has Rudy on his side. You know what? I don't. I think he's too big for Bam. And I think, matter of fact, I don't even think that's going to happen soon because I see Junto already having trouble making 118. I see Junto going to 122. But if they do fight, I can't wait, man. That'd be a great fight.
Okay, Pomona saying Robert just said he only got a couple more years left. Then he wants to retire.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I believe
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bam is kind of Loma-ish. I could see that. Yeah,
Oh,
I could see that. I could see that.
without a doubt.
Yeah,
He's our Chicano Lomachenko. He's our
yeah,
Chicano Lomachenko.
yeah, for sure. Let me see. I got Junto's power over Bam. Damn, Bam Checo. All right, hey, well, that was
Francesco,
good.
Francesco.
Hey, that was a good fight. Hey, you know what? Before we move on, I do want to give a shout out. I wanted to do it in the beginning. I forgot to David Martinez, dmboxing.com.
Without a
He
doubt, man.
sent me this. I don't know. There's like the second shirt he sent me, man.
Yeah.
dmboxing.com. You guys go there. He sends me articles. He sends you stuff too, David. Just a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
great stuff on that website. Man, that guy knows boxing. You think you know boxing until you go talk to him, and you're like, I don't know. I'm a rookie in boxing. Once you start talking to him about the sport of boxing. David, let's talk about Tim Zhu. I thought he was having probably the best round in the fight. Goes to the corner, David. No mas. Talk to us, David.
I told you, man. You know what? After that fight against Bakram Murtaselli, I know I'm killing his last name, dude, he was never the same. The punishment that guy took, plus the punishment that he took right before that against Fundora, and then this, dude, he's never going to be the same. I say for his mind, his concussions, he should retire. He should retire. I mean, he really should retire if he wants to speak right at the age of 50 years old, or maybe at 40 years old, if he wants to speak correctly. Um, Dude, he gave it everything. Ya va a quedar pendejo, exactamente. Ya quedó pendejo, pero va a quedar más pendejo, without a doubt. You're absolutely right, JC. Um, I mean, I saw it coming. I saw it coming. And
Okay.
I think Mikey Mercado saw it coming too with his crystal ball, you know?
Mikey's not here because he's scared to face me, Holmes. That's why. No. Shouts to Mikey Mercado. Yeah, he got it right, man. Damn, he got it right. I'm over here eating my words in a nice humble pie. Okay, if people keep on bringing that up, David, they keep on bringing up, hey, the fight that he had with Fandora, the fight that he had with Bakrov Montazaliev. Okay, but he had a comeback fight, and he looked good. He got his confidence back
Against who? Against
against
who?
Joey
Come on,
Spencer.
man. Dude, come
Okay,
on,
okay,
man. Joey
okay,
Spencer's terrible, man.
okay. Here's what I'm trying to say, David. Okay,
Yeah.
here's what I'm trying to say. When Errol Spence got whooped by Terrence Crawford, everybody kept saying like, "Oh yeah, because he's never the same after the car accident." Okay, he came back. He beat your Danny Sugas. He beat Danny Garcia. He's been back since the car accident. So that's all I'm saying with Tim Zhu, where it's like, okay, he's come back to the ring, and he looked good. Yeah, I get it. It was against Joey Spencer, but he came back. He got his confidence back. I can't say that. Hey, you know what? He's just he's traumatized or he just doesn't have the heart anymore. I would say, I'll tell you what I saw, David. I'll tell you what I saw. I saw Fundora fight differently. I saw Fundora use his height
Fought
a
tall.
little bit more.
He
Yeah,
fought tall. Yes, he did.
yeah, I saw Fundora use his jab, use his long arms, use his height a little bit more. I saw him fight differently. He dropped him in the first round, and that
Yeah.
probably was like shell shocking to Tim Zhu. Like, oh damn, what's going on here? Tim Zhu did have his moments. He did catch Fundora, and Fundora seemed like he kind of took those punches pretty well. It did move his head around a little bit, but he took them pretty well. I don't know if Tim Zhu just didn't have the power, the steam behind it, because he caught him with some pretty clean shots, David. And I never really saw Fundora get wobbled or anything like that. It looked like it bothered him a little bit, but not to the point where he's like, "Oh man, you know what? Now I gotta change the fight here." Um, David, why did he quit though?
You know what, Ed? I think that, dude, the fight against Bakram took life out of him, bro. It took life out of him. It did.
Okay,
It took life out of
okay.
him. You know what I mean? I mean, Joey Spencer danced around with him all night. He was never hit, never hurt. All of a sudden, he's back in and gets knocked down in the first round, and then he's fighting tall. And then he was using, because he had beat Mendoza, he was using Mendoza's, left and then high hook, left high hook, body high hook, and it worked a couple of times, but he saw that it wasn't hurting him, dude. He JC said, ya quedó pendejo. You know what I mean? And he didn't wait for his corner to stop it like they should have the very first fight that he fought Fundora. He just says, hey, man, you know what? I'm not going to win. I'm going to get knocked next round. I'm going to get knocked out. And he didn't want to go out on his shield. In my respect, because he's been
And,
out
and
on the field.
and I thought that was probably one of the best rounds he had in the fight.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, okay, that was a pretty good round for you, Tim. All right, cool. And as I see him walking back to his corner, David, he just seemed like he didn't want it anymore, man. I
He
don't
was
know if he
tired.
was gassed. Yeah, I don't know if he was tired, if he was gassed out or what, but he looked and then this coming off of a round that I thought he looked good in. I'm like, okay, Tim, this was probably one of your best rounds in this fight. Let's get some momentum. The bell rings, and then he's walking back to the corner. I see the look on his face. I'm like, No, man, you should be pumped up. You should be like, yeah, like I'm in this sucker. You know what I mean? I'm gonna win. But in reality, he just looked like drained. He looked like, get me out of here. Like I don't want to do this, man. I don't know if he was just tired, if he just ran out of gas, if Fundora just took it out of him, or what, or if he hit Fundora with everything he already had and noticed that he wasn't hurting Fundora. I don't know, but he went to that corner after having a pretty damn good, decent round, and that was it. No mas. Um, David, where does Fundora go from here?
Well, I think going back, and I agree with Demetrio, except I don't think if he is going to stay, I think he needs to go to 147. He'll make a difference. At 160, dude, Janabek, he'll kill him. It's a bigger guy, it's a bigger punch. Caballo will kill him. I
You're
say
talking
if
about
he is going to
you're
stay,
talking about
147.
Fundora?
No, no, I'm sorry. No, I said instead of Pandora, Tim
Oh,
Zoo.
Tim Zoo.
Yeah,
Tim Zoo.
Tim
Okay,
Zoo.
yeah.
If he's not going to retire, I recommend that he retires. If he's not going to retire, Dimitri will say that he'd like to see him go to 160. There ain't as many killers. I disagree. You know what I mean? You got Janabek there, you got Caballo there, you got some pretty heavy hands there. I'd say amárrate los huevos and go down to 147. And I think he would be right now at 147. He could be without a doubt a champion there at 147. That or else retire, become a trainer.
Um, and look, if he can make 147, I mean, I don't know how well he can make the weight, but if he can go down there and beat Barrios and become a champion for whatever
Oh,
reason, I guess.
yeah.
But you know, maybe he's having trouble making 154. I'm not making any excuses for him. I'm not making excuses for him. Yes, I was rooting for him. I thought he was going to beat the dog who's out Fundora. I'm not making excuses for him. But if he's having trouble making the weight, I don't see a problem with him going up to 160. It's pretty weak at 160. Actually, he would bring a little bit more star power. Not that he's some superstar, but 160 right now is like it's dead, man. There's nobody.
And you know what? He's not okay, man. He's not okay. Those bigger guys. I mean, I think if he's gonna stay, I think if he ties it down, he can be a champ, and I think he could beat Norman. And I think Norman right now is going to be the main guy at 147. I think he can, his style can beat Norman, but he just has to, if he's going to start from the bottom up at 147.
Okay, if he
I don't
can
know.
do
I don't
it,
know if he could beat. I don't know if he could beat Connor Ben. Seriously, I don't know if he
yeah,
could beat
no,
Connor Ben. But
no,
that would
no,
be a
no,
good
no.
fight at 147. That'd be a good fight at 147. They'll
Yeah,
hit
no,
us. They'll
Connor
hit us
Ben.
hard at 154.
Connor Ben would take it to him, man. But hey, okay, what about Fundora, David? Where's Sebastian Fundora go from here?
Dude, Fedora fights the winner of tomorrow. And then the winner of tomorrow, then he has two more. He has another belt now, and then he fights Virgil Ortiz.
You know, Bakram Murtazaliev came out talking about, hey, why you ducking me over here, man? You know,
Yeah,
you know the funny thing about this, David, is that Bakram Murtazaliev, his last fight was against Tim Zhu.
yeah.
Since then, Tim Zhu has fought twice. Once against Joey Spencer in a comeback fight, and then the revancha against Fundora. Yet Bakram has not been able to get a fight. Apparently, he's been wanting one. He's been looking for one, but nobody's saying yes.
No,
Nobody
yes,
wants to get in the
he's
ring.
getting ready to sign a contract. His next fight is probably going to be on the 22nd card with David Benavides, and he's going to fight Lubin. He's going to remember Lubin. He's going to fight Lubin.
Erickson Lubin.
Yeah, that's his next fight. And you know what I would really love to see? I'd like to see Virgil Ortiz fight him after Bakram beats Lubin. I'd like to see Virgil Ortiz fight. I'd love
You,
to see
you,
that fight.
okay. I'm with you. I was gonna make a video earlier this week, but I got so busy. You know what I'd like to see Virgil Ortiz do? I'd like to see him fight. Where the hell is Virgil Ortiz, man? What is going on with Golden Boy? Where
Yeah,
is Virgil
exactly.
Ortiz? This kid every time he gets a little bit of fire, not now I'm getting pissed off here. Every time he gets a little bit of fire and a little bit of traction, you just have this kid just sit on his hands. Where is Virgil? Where is he? Everybody just talks about matching him up with this guy, matching him up with that guy, but he's not fighting.
And he
He's a
wants to fight.
young.
He wants to
He
fight.
wants to
Yeah,
fight. He's a
he does.
young, hungry, aggressive, fun fighter, fan friendly. Everybody loves him. Everything that is right with the sport of boxing, you find it in that kid. And all you have him doing is sitting on his damn hands. And as soon as he gets a little bit, as soon as he gets a little bit hot, he's like, "Oh man, look, he fought, man. All right, cool. Okay, now we want to see him with this guy. Now we want to see him with that guy. Bam, dead, dead.
And
Just
you know who we blame on that? Oscar, Golden Boy. He needs to get rid of Golden Boy. Right now, today, we're shuffling the world, man. He needs to get rid of Golden Boy. He needs to go with Eddie Hearn, not Top Rank, because he needs to go with Eddie Hearn or with this new one, TR. He needs to go with the new one, or whatever it's called. The Ring. He needs to go with them so they could put him in with some good fights.
and look, I see people putting it on here that, hey, the somebody like Boots was ducking them, or nobody wants to fight him, or things of that sort, right? I look, that may be true. Then find him a tomato can. Keep the
Ed,
guy.
Bakram will fight him. You know who else would love to get the rematch with him? Boacek. Boacek.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, put his
yeah,
name up for Boacek. Boacek came close to beating him. You know what? Boacek would fight him. Bakram would fight him. So that nobody wants to. People want the smoke. But the thing is, all of a sudden, everybody's putting their money on Boots. Dude, how can Boots go from 147, 154 and fight a killer? We know that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So that's just wasting time. What Oscar needs to do is get off social media and do his job and make Virgil his number one fighter. Forget about Ryan. Forget about Ryan. Forget
yeah,
right now.
yeah,
Camarón just
yeah.
lost. Put all your energy, guys. Golden Boy, put all your energy on Virgil. He's your golden goose. If not, Virgil, get the hell out of it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, man. I've been wanting to go on a rant on this, but damn it, trucking keeps on calling. But he's my okay. He's my favorite fighter, David. But
Mine
he's
too.
slowly okay. But
Yeah.
it's hard for me to call him my favorite fighter when he's not fighting. When
Yeah.
he's not fighting, look, I was a big fan of Mikey Garcia, and we'll get back to the fights and everything. I was a big fan of Mikey Garcia, and then I fell off of Mikey Garcia. Why? Because he went on a 2 year hiatus for his legal issues. Whether it's an injury, whether it's legal issues, whether it's promotion problems, whatever it is, once you stop fighting, it's hard for the fans to follow you, man. It's hard for you to keep a fan base. I don't, is he my favorite fighter? Yeah, I guess I'll still say he is, man. But good gosh, man, get this kid in the ring. And if nobody wants it and you can't find, and negotiations fall off with some big fights, just put him in there with a tomato can just to keep him hot, man, just to keep his name out there red hot, Put him in there in a fight where he's going to score a fifth round knockout. Doesn't matter, but just keep him fighting. But I'll get off my soapbox, man. I'll
So
get
are
off
we
my
going to talk
soapbox.
about Pacquiao next?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So that's been bothering me, David. It's been bothering me, man. It's been bothering me because I love Virgil Ortiz, and
Yeah, me too. Me too.
it's been bugging me for a while now, man. Um,
He's my favorite fighter, Virgil Ortiz, like yours.
yeah, but it's hard. It's hard to call him my favorite fighter when he's not fighting. You know, for whatever reason, who's ever at fault. Bottom line, you need to fight. You need to fight. That bottom line, you need to fight, man. So, hey, let's talk about Pacquiao and Barrios, David. Majority draw decision. I put a poll up. What was your thoughts on that fight, David? As I look for the poll ratings
You know
here.
what? I had Manny Pacquiao Believe it or not, I had beating him 8-4. Not even 7-5, bro. I had him 8-4. Manny Pacquiao put on a great performance at what is it, 46? Dude,
46, yeah.
you know what? Barrios is a boring. He's a good person, man. I feel bad talking bad about him, but you know what, bro? He's the weakest link in 147. You know what? I had Manny winning 8-4. And you know what? I can't understand why. Well, I could see Vegas being against him because a lot of people were going to lose a lot of money over this. A lot of people were going to lose a lot of money. But, dude, Manny beat him. It wasn't a robbery. I'm not going to call it a robbery. I don't think it was a robbery. But Barrios lost.
Hey, David, okay, let me ask you this. Did you give those rounds to Manny because he's 46 and because he's Manny Pacquiao, or do you think you were fair right down the middle?
Manny, Cholo, Barrios wasn't throwing. I
Right.
mean, it was until the end that he threw. Actually, he was just jabbing, and Manny was coming in with one, two, even three hit combinations. You know what I mean? Uh, throughout the fight, I mean, he just wasn't until the last 3 rounds. Then he finally got it, and it was actually the last 2 rounds that he really started using combinations. I don't even think he threw a combination until the eighth or ninth round, or actually ninth or 10th round. I don't think I saw him throw a combination. But Manny was throwing combination. And Manny's smart too, because he's mañoso. You know what I mean? He has colmillo. Dude, he knew that as soon as it was 10, 15 seconds before the bell rung, he was throwing his quick combinations and winning the rounds. But even before that, Barrios, he's fighting an old man, for God's sake. And he even said, I was surprised how hard Manny hit. And I think he was gun shy because he felt the hands of steel.
The power, yeah, and that
Power. Yeah.
everybody knows in boxing, power is the last thing to go. All right,
Yeah.
so I put up a poll earlier this week. Only 13 of you voted. Shame on everybody else, man. But with those 13 votes, we'll start from lowest to highest. The question is, who do you think really won? Barrios got the lowest votes with 0%. Um, 23% said it was a draw. 77% said it was Manny Pacquiao that won that
Yeah.
fight. Okay. Um, look, I thought it was a pretty. I'm not upset at the draw. Okay, I'm not. To me, if I had to pick a winner, it was definitely Manny. It wouldn't have been Mario. Um, I thought it was. I didn't see Manny winning the fight hands down. Now, there's people saying that hey, it was fixed. They told Barrios to take it easy on him. I don't think that's what it was, man. Honestly, I think it was that Barrios felt Manny's power and was like,
Yes.
"Damn this," you know. And when he ever
Yeah.
got caught, you were like, "Damn this," you know. Me
Yeah.
walk with that. You know what I mean? I don't want to open myself up. Um, it would have been cool to have seen Manny win after the fight. As a matter of fact, as the fight was going on, David, once we got into like the seventh, eighth round, I was watching with my sons and I started rooting for Manny Pacquiao. I'm like, you know, because I got pissed. I got angry at Mario Barrios and his
Yeah.
corner's telling him, stop
Terrible.
respecting him. Stop
Yeah.
respecting him.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop respecting the guy. But yeah, I think he just felt the power and he didn't want to get hurt like that, man. This is two back to backs for Mario Barrios draws, David, and he's the champ. Um, what happens with Mario Barrios here, David? Because I think he's getting torn to shreds on social media, man.
You know what? Put him. Well, I think there's going to be a rematch against Manny, and I think Manny is going to make it very decisive, and I think Manny will beat him next, or else put him against Rolly. Put him against Rolly, and
Barrios?
I think Rolly will beat him. I'm not a big Rolly fan, but Barrios is terrible, bro. Barrios, uh, good kid though, good kid, good family, but very disappointed with Barrios. I'm with you, Anthony. Very disappointed. No tiene corazón. I think you know what he should do. He should become they should do Apocalypto Part Two, and he should be one of the Indians in the movie. He'd be perfect. He'd be perfect. It's in the movie stuff.
Look, okay. I liked Barrios. I
Good
did
kid.
because he's an action-packed guy, so I liked him. This fight, I agree. He was complete a disappointment. I never thought he was a great fighter. That's not why I like El Azteca Barrios. I like him because he brings the action. Except for this fight, I think he felt that power and he was like, "Damn this! I do not want to get knocked down, and I don't want to get stopped by a 46-year-old man. At least if we go the distance, I still went the distance, but I think he felt Pacquiao's power and didn't want to get dropped the way Keith Thurman did. I mean, what a good gosh, man, Barrios.
Disappointing.
I was almost embarrassed for the guy a little bit,
Me
like
too.
son of a gun, man.
Yeah.
I don't know where Barrios goes next. Rolly and Ryan Garcia are saying they want Manny Pacquiao, right?
They just want money.
Of course, man.
Ryan
Ryan,
Garcia.
dog, Ryan, homie, dog, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Get out of here, dog. Because I got no idea. You lost to Rolly. If anything, maybe Rolly should get one of those fights, right? But Manny's not the champion, David.
No,
Barrios is.
they
So
want the money. They want the money.
yeah, so okay, so where does Barrios go from here? Because I don't think Rolly's gonna take that fight. Rolly wants money. He wants Pacquiao. In my opinion, honestly, Ryan, if you want to get back into the good graces, Ryan, you should go after Barrios and get that title. I think that would be the fight to make, David.
Yeah, but you know what? You got so many other guys. I mean, you got Santillan, you got
Okay.
Rocha. I mean, you got guys that are already valid 147 that are working their way up. You know what? Put Santillan against Barrios. I think that'd be a good fight. And you know what? I would want Santillan to win because at least Santillan tiene huevos. You know what I mean? And I agree with you, Pomona, that you know what? Dejó los huevos at home. You know what I mean? I mean, a champion goes out on his shield. And you know what? Get rid of all that Aztec bullshit. Get rid of it. Dude, you're not an Aztec. A real Aztec would have went in there con Cora and would have left it on the ring and would have started at round one instead of starting at round nine. Get rid of that. It's embarrassing. You know what I mean? Come on.
Damn, man. Hey, David's drinking a strong one right now, Holmes, because he's
And I
going
like the kid.
hard.
I like the kid, but he embarrassed us. He embarrassed us Mexicanos, us Mexicanos. You know what I mean? He was an embarrassment. He's a Tejano. And no disrespect to the Tejanos. They've shown a lot of Cora. But dude, become a Tejano. Forget the Azteca. Forget that. You know?
Hey, David says stop calling yourself the Aztec. Get rid of the whole Aztec thing,
Yeah,
man. You're
get rid of that, man. Come on, man. Put a John Wayne hat on. You know what I mean? Davy Crockett. We'll call him Davy Crockett.
Oh, wow, man. You went
Look
hard.
what happened in the Alamo. Look what happened in the Alamo. Davy Crockett got hit there. You know?
Ah, damn. David went hot on him. Hey, I will say this. I will say this, man. There's a lot of rats out there that likes to throw out that Aztec warrior stuff. I've met some straight punk ass vatos out there that's like, man, don't come at me with like, oh, we're all it's in our blood. It's in our
Yeah.
warrior blood. No, it's not. Not in all of us. Not in all of us. There's some punk ass dudes out there that want to do that stuff, man. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's our warrior blood. It's like, yeah, but not you though. Not
Not you.
yours. Not
Exactly.
you, Holmes. Not you. I met some punk ass dudes, man. But
Yeah.
so what about Pacquiao, David? Where's Manny Pacquiao go from here?
You know what? I think Manny Pacquiao's going to get a second chance at him. If not that, I think that we're going to be seeing Floyd Mayweather come back, and that I didn't want to see that. But you know what? Hey, give us a great undercard. I think that's what's going to happen because Manny's in it for the money. Manny's not in it for the glory. You know what I mean? Manny used all of his money, giving it away. And God bless the man. But Manny's in it for the money. Forget about everything else. And you know what? Yes, please fight Floyd Mayweather, but give us a great undercard, and I'll watch it.
Yeah, you know what, man? If Mayweather will entertain that, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Uh, but just make it a good undercard. I mean, look, people pay for the whole Jake Paul fights and everything.
Yeah,
Pay,
why not?
yeah, yeah, make it a good pay-per-view. Look, the first Mayweather Pacquiao card, they had a horrible undercard. But if you stack this undercard with a Manny versus Mayweather in a 10 round fight or something like that, cool, man. That's cool.
And then
Let the two
Rolly against Ryan Garcia.
the
I
the,
mean,
the
same thing. I mean, you bring those type of fighters in that card. You know what I mean?
I'm not against it. Just stack the undercard with some really good fights, man. The way Jake Paul does, right? And I'm game on. I'm down with it. Let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There's a good undercard right there.
yeah, right there.
Anthony
And
Joshua
then maybe
versus
fight him.
Deontay Wilder. Yeah,
Yeah,
two guys past their prime. Everybody wanted that main event. The two heavyweights to clash. It never happened. It's gonna happen if they make it now past their prime. Yeah, make it happen. Make it a big show, man. People will
yeah.
still watch it. Man, have at it. Hey, David, let's go ahead and let's get to the fights tomorrow. I know you're super excited about Clarissa Shields, but we're gonna skip her fight. She does
Yes.
have a
Thank
fight
you.
tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, hey, in all reality, David's at the edge of his seat, man, just wanting to see her fight, man. Polanco fights tomorrow. Shouts to the Dominican Republic. Shushu Carrington fights tomorrow. Good for him. Emiliano Vargas fights tomorrow, man, against this Espinosa kid. I think he's from Colombia. But David, the main event, and this is we're gonna get to this pretty deep because there's more going on here than just the fight. We're gonna get into the broadcasting as well. But there are some people, shout outs to Mark Salinas from PYP Boxing. He's saying that Garcia is gonna stop Xander Zayas tomorrow. Um, what's your thoughts on this fight, David,
I think
between
he is.
George Garcia?
I
Really?
think he is. Yes. Look what he did to Conwell. He was supposed to lose to Conwell. He had just started training with Manny Robles. Dude, Manny Robles, he made stars. The bad thing about Manny, he gets these stars that are a bunch of ungrateful bastards. You know what I mean? And
Mm,
look at Reese. Look at what's his name, Oscar Valdez. He makes them champions, and then they leave him. But I'll tell you, this kid right here, he's different. I know what he's 30-4, had 4 losses. Last 6 fights have been outstanding, especially against Conwell. Dude, he was supposed to lose that fight. Oscar was pissed because Conwell fights for a Golden Boy. He was supposed to lose that fight. And these guys that come from Mexico, this guy, he comes from Los Mochis.
los
Dude, you
mochis.
know what? He's a force. He's 6'1". I'd love to
Mm,
see him beat Sayas and then go up against Fundora. I'd like to see him because I mean Fundora's 6'6", but everybody else a bunch of 5'8" chaparros. This guy's at least
right.
6'1". You know what I mean? And you know
Hmm.
what? Alexander Sayas, he's a good boxer, but he's not a puncher. And this kid is a good puncher. He's a good puncher, and I can't wait for that fight. And I like Sayas. Sayas looks like a good kid. You know what I mean? Good family, good kid. But dude, Jorge Garcia. I want to see Jorge win. It'll be a great fight.
Yeah, man. There's the weigh-ins that we're watching right here. Hey, for those that are talking about the fight last night, I haven't had a chance to watch it. I was doing something else, but I'm gonna watch him tonight. But I like Xander Zayas. Um, I've been saying it for a while now. When it comes to Xander Zayas, David, I don't think that kid has power. I do not think Xander Zayas stacks power behind his punches, man. So if he cannot outpoint you, outbox you, and move around the ring that good, I don't see, man. I'm still gonna go with Zayas on this one, but I hear you, David. And look at Xander over there rocking his little afro, man. Um, do you think Garcia stops him though, David?
I want him to. I want him because that's the only way he's going to win. Because Garcia is coming in. I think he's fighting for Sanford. And Sanford, I mean, in America, it's just
Ah, crap.
another. I mean, it's a top rank. It's the last fight. on television right now because Top Rank doesn't have any contracts with anybody. This is the last fight on ESPN. So, dude, this is a huge fight for Top Rank to get another sponsor. So Sayas fights for them. So I'll tell you, this kid has to knock him out. If he doesn't knock him out, they're going to rob him. They're going to rob him because Sayas is Top Rank's next Tito Trinidad, which I don't believe. But to them, he's the next Tito Trinidad.
Okay, I want to stop it right there, right here. Okay, I saw something interesting. Okay, so there's a lot going on. Okay, for those that don't know, um, Top Rank is splitting ways with ESPN. That's it. And for the first time in many decades in the United States, there is not going to be a main broadcaster that's going to be showing boxing. Top Rank on ESPN was the last one. Everything else is streaming apps. So this is the last fight that's going to be on ESPN with the contract that Top Rank has with them. Now, that's not to say that they can't have any more fights with ESPN, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit more subjective on what fights they select if they work out some sort of deal. Apparently, Top Rank has looked to go with Turner, which is TNT. I didn't know this, but TNT actually lost the NBA, so they might be looking to get some sort of boxing or whatever it may be. But this is what I want to show right here, David. Okay, so this is happening in Madison Square Garden Theater, not the main one, but the theater. David, this is the weigh-ins, Holmes.
I know, it's
It
unbelievable.
it doesn't look jam-packed. There's empty seats. I don't know if everybody can see this, but there's empty seats around, and not only that, but it hasn't even been sold out. Let me put it full screen here. All right, so there's empty seats. Nobody's even pumped and up and jumping or anything, and they still haven't sold out. They were still talking about, hey, you know what? There's still some seats left. The fight's tomorrow. Xander Zayas is a Boricua. This is in New
Yeah.
York. Is there bad marketing here, David? Is there bad promotion? I mean, honestly, um, we keep up with boxing, but I kind of forgot about this fight during this week. I just looking at the boxing schedule yesterday. I was just like, oh, that's right, Xander Zayas this fight this weekend. But I have not seen a lot of promotion for this, man. What's going on with this, David?
I agree with you, Ed. I don't think they invested in advertising. I mean, last week we had Manny Pacquiao. I mean, we had
Right,
Tim Tszyu. I mean, last week the card, the week before we had a great card, and all of a sudden this, they didn't promote it. They didn't promote it. You know why? I believe because they know it's their last fight and they're basically throwing in their sucker. But because they're looking for a new contract, Sayas has to win because, like I said, he's. I mean, who else do they have right now? Name me. They used to have Crawford. They don't have Crawford anymore. What other
right.
great? Oh, you know what? Well, no, they don't even have Shakur anymore. The one that they have is that crazy Davis who went out and beat up the guy that beat up his brother. That's their best fighter. Name somebody else that they have right now that is marketable other than Sayas.
And
Come
for
on,
that
guys, help
reason,
us out.
and
Tell us who
and,
they
and
have.
and you know what, David? For the points that you just made, yeah, look, he's a little bit taller than him. For the points that you just made, David, I think you're right. I think Garcia has to drop him a few times or knock him out because I do think
He
it's in
has
the
to.
scorecards.
Yeah.
Because of everything you just said, David, everything you just said right now, now I'm on board with you that this fight is definitely edged out in the judges' scorecards for Zayas to win.
Yeah. And,
Yeah,
and Ed, we saw it last week with Manny Pacquiao. We saw it, bro. I mean, we've been seeing it, but I mean, it's so blatant, and this is going to be blatant too. This is going to be very blatant when
yeah.
all of a sudden they give it to him, and we know that Garcia has to knock him out, has to knock him out to get the win.
Hey, David, what's your thoughts on ESPN, Top Rank, all that stuff? Because I mean, this is it. For anybody who doesn't know, This is it. After tomorrow, in the United States, there is no broadcasting of boxing on television. It is all now streaming. And ESPN doesn't have a home. It has no home. Top Rank has came out publicly and said they are not going to have any fights in the month of August. Okay, as they work something out. Maybe they come back to television. Maybe they'll go to a streaming app. Word is, there's just rumors that they're saying they're going to work with different companies, whether it's a streaming app here. Maybe they go to an ESPN for a certain fight or two fights. Go over here, but rumor has it that they may not have an actual home. They're just going to kind of outsource certain fights. But what's your thoughts on all this, David?
You know what? Bob Arum needs to get rid of his pride. The guy's getting ready to die, like Hulk Hogan. I want to talk about
Mm,
Hulk Hogan at the end. I got some funny
yes, yes.
stories about him since he
Okay.
lives
Yeah,
here close to me.
yeah.
Some funny stories. But you know what? He needs to get rid of his pride and he needs to go to the zone. Dude, it'd be great if so what? Raise the prices, but have all the fights on the zone. You know what I
Mm.
mean? You have Golden Boy, you've got Top Rank, you've got PBC, you have them all in the zone. Just schedule them at different dates, but all on one boxing network. And I think that's why Eddie Hearn did what he did, because he saw that this was going to eventually happen.
Yeah, yeah, man. And this is gonna affect ESPN Plus. For anybody who has ESPN Plus
I
or
just got rid of
boxing.
it. I just got rid of
Okay.
it. I had it because of this, and it
Right.
was due. I think it's 124, something like that here. And
Mm.
literally, it was due June 30th, and I got rid of it June 15th because I saw it was renewing. I knew this was happening. I got rid of it, so I'm just going to watch it on the box now.
Yeah, yeah. If you have ESPN Plus for
Yeah,
boxing, that's it. It's done. Tomorrow is the final, and this is it, man. We're moving into a new world. We're
yeah.
moving into a new world on how we're going to be watching all this stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it's catch up with the times, I guess. I'm with you, David. I kind of just want boxing to be. I don't care how much it is. That's fine, but give us a set price and have all the fights there, and
Yeah, exactly.
you could spread it out throughout the years. You got the fights across the pond. You get those are during the day over here for us,
Yeah,
and then at nighttime you can have a fight. Just spread it out throughout the years, man. I mean, there's 52 weeks in a year. You can do it, and if you need to, have some Wednesday night fights, some Thursday night fights, some Friday night fights.
yeah.
You can. I just. But yeah, it's definitely changing the game. So Top Rank is done with ESPN starting tomorrow, and it was coming. It was coming. That's not just with boxing; it's with all sports. Yeah, and in all realities. So Top Rank fighters. Oh, here we go. P Town got
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah, thank you,
Inoue
Pete. Thank you for
Espinosa,
reminding us. Yeah,
Navarrete, and Murataya. Those are pretty good guys. Those are pretty
guys,
good names,
yeah, forgot
especially
about
Inoue. Yeah.
it.
Um, Too bad HBO don't pick it back up. You know what? Max, HBO Max, they're in talks. So, but again, actual HBO like we used to watch HBO way back in the day. No, it's all streaming. So even Max is a streaming app. So we'll see what happens with that, man. But David, so who you picking? You picking Garcia by knockout?
Yeah, I got him by knockout. Yeah, it has to be by knockout. But you
Okay,
know
I'm gonna
what?
go.
But if Alexander wins, I'm okay with it. But dude, he's not going to be a champion for long. You got too many snake. I'm not too. Forget the snake. Too many crocodiles in the pond right now. Every one of those guys, every one of those Russians would kill this kid. I even have
Yeah.
Virgil Ortiz hurting this kid. I even have Fundora hurting this kid. This other guy, Garcia, might be able to stand one or two, but I don't see him being a champion for long with those crocodiles that you have at 154 right now.
I used to think, and everybody will remember this. I used to think that a mega fight down the line was Virgil versus Xander. I don't think that anymore.
Oh,
Xander's ass just doesn't have power to his punches, man. I
yeah.
think Virgil kills him. Demetrio, yeah, I'll get more in detail on another video when it comes to all that stuff. But I got Xander Zayas by decision. Um, but I think it'll be a good fight. I'm excited to see Emiliano Vargas. I'm excited to see Shushu Carrington on this card as well. David, before we wrap it up, man, let's
You
go
know what,
ahead.
Ed? Before,
Yes.
before, before we see, let me just say something. You know what's going to happen? It's going to be like Espinosa, El Príncipe. Remember when he
Mm,
fought for the championship? Nobody knew who he was. Oh yeah, Espinosa. Who did he
mm,
fight? He fought against and dude. Oh, he fought against Robesi, and everybody thought Robesi was going to kill him, and he came
yes.
in. That's what's going to happen tomorrow. Jorge
Yeah.
Garcia, he's the Príncipe Espinosa. He's Espinosa. He's going to
Okay.
surprise the world tomorrow. He's going to surprise the world.
And Xander Zayas is Robesi in this
Robesi,
case.
yes, Robesi in this case. Yes.
Hey, David, before we wrap it up, man, let's just take a quick moment and talk. We lost an icon, man, in the world, in Hulk Hogan. Um, I've been a wrestling fan for as long as I can remember. I love other sports. I like football. I watch baseball. But my two loves, my two passions is boxing and wrestling. I've been watching them for as long as I can remember. I was alive. I was a little Hulkamaniac. And I don't care about Terry Boella. That dude has some issues, some problem, which is Hulk Hogan's real name, in case anybody doesn't know. His real
Yes.
name is Tony Bollea. I don't know anything about that dude. I didn't watch his reality shows. I don't know him outside of the ring or outside of his movies. Here, look, I got one of his old school movies, No Holds Barred. So I was a big fan of Hulk Hogan. Him personally, Tony Bollea. I don't know who the dude is. I don't give a rat's ass. But my heart, I just felt passionate about the immortal one, man, the Hulkster. But David, he actually lived in Florida for a long time, man. Right around your neck of the woods. You
Yes, he
got
did.
anything to talk about?
Oh,
Can you
dude,
talk to us a little bit about the Hulkster?
give me 5 minutes. I would run into him maybe once every 2 months. And
Uh,
my wife and I, we have usually Thursday nights, we have what we call date night. And we go have a nice dinner somewhere. And so we always go. We love going to, once in a while, we go to Tampa, but my favorite spots are in St. Petersburg. And
mhm.
he has a house, beautiful house in Clearwater, which is right across the bridge or just a little drive from St. Peter's. So I would see him there maybe once a month. And
Okay.
dude, even though he was just a normal, huge dude, he would be eating right next to our table. And I'm not that guy that's starstruck or, I mean, I knew who he was. I wasn't taking pictures or, hey, sir, because, I'm not a big fan, but I would see him and I would just, sit down and hear his conversations, whomever he was with. I'd see him walking, he'd walk right by me several times. And I think I told you that. But dude, the
Yeah.
funny part is this. He dies, right? I think it was Thursday, Friday morning. He had a heart attack at 1 o'clock in the morning, 71 years old. So it's all over the news here. And 3 houses from me, there's a lady. She has probably about a $4 million house. Literally, her house is about 4 million, overlooking the bay. It's the biggest house in my area. We live in
Mm.
a community with security guards and everything, and she lives like 4 houses from me. And beautiful lady. She's about 71 years old. Her husband, he's some type of, I don't know what he does, but he's a multi millionaire. She knows my wife well. So she sends my wife an email this morning, yesterday, and she goes, I grew up with Hulk Hogan. We were best friends in high school. And she showed him a picture. Her first husband they were in a rock and roll band together. They were in a rock and roll band together. So check this out. So my wife goes, oh, hey, we send our condolences, wah, wah, wah. And as she's saying that, there's a lady that lives right around the corner from me. Literally, she's not on my street, but right around the corner from me. I don't know if you remember. I think it was like in 2013, 2014. He got caught. He was having sex with his best friend's
Yes.
wife. His name was Bubba, and he was
The Love Sponge. Yeah.
yeah, and he was having
Yes.
sex, and they video recorded her. Dude,
Yeah.
I see her walking here all the time. She walks by my house every day. I see her walking every day. And then all of a sudden, this lady, Charlotte, tells my wife, hey, by the way, Patricia, or whatever her name is, she's the one on the video. She sends my wife the video. You know what I mean? And my wife's like, "You want to see it?" Of course. Yeah, grab it. And dude, this lady literally walks by my house every day. She's in perfect shape. She's older, but I mean, she walks by my house, so she's the one there. And then, so my wife goes to a place called Beals. It's a store, a woman's store, yesterday, and she says that she's in line. This is funny, man. She's in line, and there's a negrita, older negrita, about 65, 70 years old, with her daughter, which was younger. And then the negrita goes, "Are you kidding?" And they were getting ready to pay. It was a long line. My wife was cracking up when she told me about it this morning. She goes, "I'm in line," and she goes, and this black lady, all of a sudden, she goes, "Are you sure?" And then the daughter goes, "Yes, he died." She goes, "Oh my God." She goes, "I can't believe it. And his family hated me." And then the daughter goes, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Everybody hated me except his sister." And Wavy just started laughing because she goes, "People out of nowhere are talking about him, that they either slept with him, they knew him."
Oh
I mean,
God.
out of nowhere, bro. I mean, there's a negrita in the middle
Yeah,
of Beals. You know what I mean? And she's
yeah.
talking about that, but his family hated me, but his sister liked me. I mean, whatever that story was, but it's funny that everybody here is in mourning because of Hulk Hogan. People knew him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And a lot of the ladies knew him.
Yeah.
So Hulkamania was running wild all over
Oh, he
Florida.
was running wild, bro. Running wild, man. And I'm sure her friend también se la picó in high school. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You know what's funny, David, is for
Oh,
anybody who doesn't know, you're right. Before he got into wrestling, I think he was a bass player in a
yes, he
rock
was
and
in a
roll
rock and
band.
roll band.
Yes,
See,
yes,
yeah, this
yes,
lady was in line. I'll see if I can get the picture. If I get the picture, I'll send it to you. When he was a
yeah.
kid. Yeah, in high school.
Oh man, oh man. Yeah, he had a lot of issues, man, and
Yeah,
his
he did,
kids
man.
had a lot of issues, and his ex-wife and everything. I never really got into all that. I was just like, hey, you know what? I was just a little kid. Take your vitamins, say your prayers. The immortal Hulk Hogan. I don't know what vitamins he was taking back then. I think it was a lot of steroids and
Yeah, he
painkillers.
was.
But
Yeah,
hey, but look, nonetheless, man, it was a big part of my
he
childhood.
was.
I was a kid in the '80s. I loved it. I was a big Hulkamaniac, watching WrestleManias when he, faced the Macho Man, when he faced the Ultimate Warrior, all that stuff. It was a great time. Super duper cartoonish. Wrestling was super duper cartoonish back then, but it was perfect for that time. And some of his movies, like this one, this is such a classic, man. I love it. But hey, man, you know what? Whatever kind of guy he was, that's who he was. But at least
Yeah,
for the character, for the fans and everything, hey man, he was definitely a legend and an icon. Outside of that, he was named Hulkamania Run Wild. Hey,
yeah,
do your thing, but hey, may you rest in peace to the
yeah.
immortal Hulk Hogan. Thank you so much for the childhood memories, man. But David, anything? People are going crazy on the chat, man.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, you know what? May you rest in peace. I also saw a video. This same lady is a Christian now, so she actually sent my wife. I'll send it to you, a picture of him getting baptized 3 months ago. So,
Yeah,
so yeah, I agree with you, Andrew. He was the plumber of the neighborhoods,
here's the plan.
all of the county. Forget the neighborhood, the county.
What you
Uh,
gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you? All right, David. Anything else, bro, before we wrap it up?
no, no, brother. We'll see you next week. Can't wait to talk about the Sander Sayas fight next week. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, should be good. All right, that is El Gran Chingon, El Mero Mero One, Mr. David Contreras. Shout outs to Mike Zavala, the boxing
Yeah,
scientist out in Colombia looking for a wife. Hopefully, he doesn't come back married. Let's hope for that, man. Cholo Trucker, enjoy the fights this weekend. Whatever you guys do this weekend, be safe doing it so we can come back and do it again. Catch you guys on next round.